pray, they come to God for their daily bread. Right? God, I want to eat today. I need your help to help me. Like, let me eat today, Lord, please. And they have this dependence on God that makes that that relationship with Him easier because they understand dependence. And so rich people have a harder time understanding dependence, and that's why that's going to help us understand. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Now, to understand what he's talking about with poor in spirit, let's just flip it on its head and ask the question, well, who are the rich in spirit?
Yeah.
And
Like, who would have been considered rich in spirit
yeah.
in that day and age?
Yeah. And that becomes clear in reading the Gospels and reading Jesus' interactions with people. Who would have called themselves rich in spirit?
Probably Pharisees, I would imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were the people that, again, the idea of spirit for them, being rich in spirit, was self-righteousness. It was, look what I have done spiritually. Look who I am spiritually. And so it was all about their own self-righteousness and self-reliance.
Boasting about it.
Yeah. Which was the complete opposite of what the law was supposed to be, right? Because the law is supposed to show us our dependence on God. We can't do anything without Him because we can't uphold the law. We can't be actual self-righteous people.
Right.
And so the Sermon on the Mount is famous for flipping things on its head, and this is why Jesus so frequently in these different sections throughout the chapters of the Sermon on the Mount, well, you've heard it said, but I will tell you.
Okay.
And so he's flipping the narrative of what the Pharisees have been telling and what they've been teaching, and getting people's understanding of spiritualness and dragging, no. You're not going to make it far being self-reliant and self-righteous. Rather, those who are poor in spirit, which means not, I think one of the confusing things with this is does it mean poor in faith? And it's not talking about poor in faith.
Okay.
It's saying spiritually, I can do nothing without God. Those are the poor in spirit.
And it reinforces the idea of grace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the big thing with poor in spirit is it's not about a lack of faith. It's saying those who understand their reliance and dependence on God spiritually. And those are the ones who literally, the kingdom of heaven is theirs, right? Nobody who is rich in spirit will enter the kingdom of God, because we're not going to make it on our own self-reliance or our own self-righteousness.
Now, if I could ask a follow-up question with that. So I hear a lot in like Christian circles, and there's different denominations and sects that it seems to be like there's a little bit of like, did the Pharisees have an emphasis on works-based from that, in that day? Was there anything scripturally that you found, or anything contextually that when you did your prep that sort of had this leaning? Did any of the other, like for example, did any of the other, 600 something laws in